Greetings and welcome to North Korea Today. My name is Casey Lartig. My co-host is Yeonmi Park. The concept of this show is really simple. We talk about North Korea, politics, education, culture, economics, even tourism, anything that's interesting to us. Another thing is that we try to focus on the stories and lives of North Korean refugees, and that's why it's an honor and a privilege that we're joined by Yeonmi Park. So she was born in North Korea, she escaped in 2007, she made her way across China, and then to get into Mongolia, she followed a compass. And then when that didn't work, she made her way to freedom by looking at the stars. So happy that you could make it out.
Thank you.
Right. And I just want to mention, she escaped through a desert to get to freedom. So this is just an incredible thing. So, all right, so always happy when she can join us. Now, in episode 1, we talked about tourism, and we got a lot of responses from people on the YouTube video, as well as at our Facebook account, and even at our website. So we thought we'd take a couple of minutes to respond to a couple of you. So if we were not on target list before this, after the first show, we are on the list of like the tourist agents, of tourists to the country, to North Korea, as well as people who are just curious. The way I look at it is that we are in a battle with one of the worst regimes in history. Some people want to go golfing in North Korea. Some people want to go skiing in North Korea. My point is, why not send some of the money that you're spending on some of the, I would just call them frivolous activities, instead spend them on trying to rescue people? Now, are there benefits? We mentioned them last time, that there are some cultural benefits opening up North Korea. And I'll mention another one. It's great to have the North Korea's elite trying to figure out, how do we get these Yankee bastard capitalists to come to our country? That's a good thing, right? But look within the scope of which side of history do you want to be on? The side that you went golfing and skiing in North Korea, or did you help rescue people who were in need? So anyway, so that's my response to everyone out there. I don't know if you want to say something.
I think that is perfect.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, good job. All right, now for this week's show, we are going to talk about the Hackathon conference that was held in Silicon Valley. And as we know, Yeonmi's everywhere, and she was even at that conference.
Yay.
And what was your role there?
I was an expert advisor
Okay.
and also judge, and I gave a speech there. So yeah, that's what I did.
Okay.
Yeah, very simple.
Very simple. Okay, well, I'll ask you, first of all, a true-false question. Do you consider North Korea to be one of the worst countries in the world?
Yeah.
You do. Why? Why do you think it's one of the worst?
I mean,
Based on your own experience or what you've learned about it?
I mean, what kind of country kill the people that the leaders is bad? No country kill them. Some, I guess, but not these days. If somebody says, I think our regime is not the best in the world, and they will kill them. So there is no freedom of speech, no freedom of moving and like singing, watching, and that's what they want. So this is basically, they are not human actually. They don't treat them as a human. Actually, they treat them less value than animals.
Okay.
So somebody said that they wanted to be a dog because
To be a
dog.
A dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
That means because they wanted to move like a dog. A dog doesn't have to, they control them. So they like thought, oh my God, what if I was a dog? My life will be better than this.
Yeah.
Then they were so envied dog, and I totally agreed with it. I mean, so that's why I think, it's the worst country in the world.
Yeah, it's the worst
There's
country.
no doubt.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's no freedom of speech. There's no freedom of movement. There's no freedom of economic exchange with the outside world. And of course, they try to block information from coming in.
Right.
And then there's something that they have called the 3 seed strategy, which is basically eliminate 3 generations. Yeah. So again, it's one of the worst countries. And it's important to get information in, because if you think about North Korea, it's probably the only country in the world where you can be executed for making a phone call.
Oh, yeah.
Or what's your favorite sitcom?
Friends?
Friends. People could be executed for watching something like Friends. So, yeah, it's a terrible thing. Now, you actually saw an execution when you were in North Korea because of this kind of issue. Can you say something about that?
So, like before the execution, there's an announcement. So on the world, there's papers announcement. It's like what time, location, and time, and they will kill somebody. So during the execution, it's not sometimes very like occasionally it's happening, and sometimes it's very often. So during that time, they just kill a lot, so make a really fearful country. So I saw execution a lot when I was young, but the thing only I really clearly remember is that my friend's mother, she got killed in front of me because of she saw some South Korean dramas. So, you know how scary is that?
Yeah.
Because of just one DVD or one movie, just you will die.
Right.
So.
Right. So I think it's important to try to get information into North Korea, but obviously if they're executing people, then nobody wants to. I mean, I know people watch them, but it's to discourage people. Now, why is it difficult to get information in? Obviously, people are afraid, but what are the barriers that they have?
I think there is lots of difficulties because of that. Of course, first the North Korean regime, they are trying to control but the thing is, the North Korea, what they use, the internet system is very different.
Right.
So they call that intranet.
Intranet, just like a company will have its own separate internet.
So we can access to their internet with our internet system. So the networking, but still in there with that intranet, they can chat and they can email each other, but it's not allowing with the outside world.
Right.
So that is a big problem. And the thing is, only some elite people or rich people have the computers, and generally people they don't have that kind of devices. So it's really difficult to send some information.
Right. Now some people have tried to hack into it, anonymous, tried to hack into it. And I know the South Korean government, obviously they have their cyber warfare teams, and the U.S. Air Force has their own. And then there's Silicon Valley. Now they're getting into it. So is there anything else you can tell us that you learned at that conference that you can reveal? I know they want to keep something secret.
I mean, of course, their ideas are all brilliant. And just first of all, I just was really surprised that the young people, they're gathering together, and in Silicon Valley, one of enemy for North Korea. They are in North Korea, government, they educate the people to hate Americans. And that Americans actually gathering together and trying to help North Korean people. So it was so beautiful, and it was just online. What just North Korean government says is just totally lying. And they had lots of ideas. So sometimes they have some low tech. So a slingshot.
Slingshot.
So it was really cute that put their USBs here and use that to from China to send that to North Korea.
Yeah. Well, I'll just say that's not going to work.
It is.
Well,
it
okay.
Can be.
But my question is, how do you get this past customs and immigration?
No.
Okay.
When you're in China, there's a border. The river is here.
Yeah.
But that slingshot is go to 400 yards.
Okay.
Far away, right?
Yeah, okay.
It is.
But on the Chinese side.
The Chinese side, and then put that hand and just go to North Korea. You don't have to pass us customs.
But I'm saying, do you think that there will be North Korean agents and Chinese police out looking for slingshots?
No.
Okay.
That there is put to some USBs, some smart things, and put them, and then make some signs so people can just pick it up.
Okay.
If you throw that away 1,000 or 10,000 something, somebody will pick it up.
Okay, all right. Well, she's a believer.
Yeah.
I'm a little skeptical about the slingshot.
I loved it.
Yeah. So, but there are other ways also, like the air balloons and USB drives, and actually, I think it's good that people don't forget the low tech things. So, and I don't mean to insult anybody in the low tech world, but obviously people fall in love with the high tech, the fancy things. But digital things can be tracked much more easily and it's easier to block. But like shortwave radio cannot be blocked. Okay, other kinds of things that we talked about, they may seem low tech, but they actually can be effective. So I'm glad that they aren't thinking only about the high tech things, even if I'm skeptical of the slingshot.
No, I mean, there's like the high tech case, they can actually send the USB officially, it's fine. So even though they put something there, they cannot see North Korea. So it's kind of some that techniques, like skills there. So it made it very easy to send the information to North Korea and make them safe from that surveillance. So yeah, hopefully this year or next year the hackathon can be here. You know.
Maybe you'll be the host.
Oh yeah, sure.
So, all right, so you were one of the judges at the hackathon. Can you tell us, and you actually are the one who made the announcement about the winning team. So can you mention something about their plan? I mean, maybe just briefly.
The winner team was Skylife. Their name, so their idea just, they had a very small like a radio. So they send it to you like with a balloon or some other way. And then if the people have it, they can actually receive the signal from the
satellite.
Yeah, satellite. So actually they can listen to all the like more than 200 channels. So it's KBS, SBS like South Korean or BBC like American channels, all thing. So that small radio actually can send lots of information. And it's actually hardly affected by the like jam from like North Korean.
Okay. So you're saying they cannot jam it?
Yeah, they cannot jam it actually. So yeah, that there was a winner team, but there were some other teams who were really great, and also I think they will be all combined together. So some teams can go individually, and some teams can combine together. So there's some like very great idea. Some of them they were talking about the, like a Snapchat.
Snapchat, okay.
Yeah, so if we send us some information, it just deleted after a few minutes.
Ah, yes.
So, then if that's sent in North Korea, North Korean government cannot check it what was received. And then they thought about if make it some other things and send the information and they delete it just immediately. So they don't know where is this coming from. So they thought about it, and I think it's gonna be really great, and people are eager to make it happen. Not only just talking about it. So they are working on it, and they can hack North Korea actually.
Okay, all right, excellent. Okay.
I'm waiting for it now.
Okay, now in your case, when did you first see foreign media, movies or anything?
I think I cannot remember exactly when I saw first time the foreign media. But I do remember the one thing just gave me some big shocking because it was Titanic, and it's a really beautiful love story, and I still love him, and I love that movie. But that movie just showed me not just only the love story actually, it just showed me their system. Because in North Korea system, they are not allowed to talk about the love stories in the public, and no movie.
All about propaganda.
Yeah, no movie, no song, no book, nothing about our stories, the human stories, all about the just leader story. So I just couldn't understand how they make a movie for this kind of thing. It's such a shameful story, and even though the guy is dying for her, so I thought, oh my God, our country told me I should die for the regime, and they are dying for some love person. So I think that just changed my mindset. So I knew that there's something else in outside, and I want to know more. What is it actually? And during we are watching these shows with my friends, they got the same impression. They were first time, oh my God, is this a love story? Why always they are talking about love? Why not the leader? And like that started, and then.
About how old were you at that time?
Early teen.
Early teen, okay.
Yeah, I think.
All right.
Yeah, so Uh-huh.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So we were all gathering together, and then we were talking about the love story, and we were crying together. So it's just, I mean, when I think seeing all the movies in North Korea, I cannot cry. It cannot be human stories. I cannot have a compassion or like sympathy for that story. But when I see the movie, it's very like different. I can actually have that same emotion. I can feel. So that actually showed me different world.
Right.
And later the black market is really big in North Korea. And if I go to black market, I could buy the like movies, South Korean movies. But I cannot afford to buy all the DVDs, too many DVDs.
Right.
So I can have only like 2 or 3. And my friends have all 2 or 3. So we are actually just share, like exchange and watch it and then just turn back. And so it's like kind of my initial money and just have it and just change it.
Sounds like
so
a movie trading club.
yeah, exactly.
Unofficial.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Okay, so the main point is that we've got the geeks around the world combining with the refugees and the NGOs trying to get information into North Korea.
And out information from North Korea.
And get information out
Yeah,
also.
they are trying to recall the like prison in North Korea, concentration
the
camp.
prison camps,
So
okay.
if that can show to the people world, it will be really
Also really good.
Yeah,
okay.
so they are trying to do it too.
Right.
That's-
So the main point is let's flood North Korea with information.
Yeah.
Let's hack it.
Yes.
Let's hack it to death.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you again for coming
Yeah.
on the show, being our co-host,
Uh-huh.
adding your information and expertise.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So that's been it. This is North Korea Today. My name is Casey Lartig. My co-host is Yeonmi Park. You can look us up on the internet at caseyandyeonmi.com. And please check out OTV for other episodes and other kinds of information. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.